Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nikki C., all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Super excited to be here with you today as we are heading into a beautiful weekend at the Warrior Women BALM Global Conference this Saturday, June 1st. In Cherry Hill, New Jersey, where we will be setting the table for women entrepreneurs and their young ladies in their family, where we are building a leadership mindset as well as bringing up our shields and creating this space of just heart-centered leaders where we are diving into healing, empowerment, taking action, building relationships, and ultimately the transformation we have been looking for. And if we've already been through those processes, we are out here to help as well. And just wanted to put up the flyer real quick. Yes, there you go. In Cherry Hill, New Jersey. If you need more information, you can connect to www.buildingaleadershipmindset.com. Super excited. This is going to be with the lovely Desiree Cruz, and we have one of our VIP speakers as well on here. I met this beautiful soul through the Warrior Women series. I am in volume 1. There are 2, and it's turning life's lessons into legacy. And let me introduce to you one of the authors, which is also one of our speakers for this event, as well as a sister that I have for life. And she is none other than Kathy Mincer. She's a wife of 35 years to her love, 3 children, 5 grandchildren, owner of Believe, an entrepreneur, a co-author. She's also a wellness community of growth of like-minded individuals who strive to learn more about how to use natural products to reach a shared goal of promoting well-being and fostering healthy lifestyles. Without further ado, let's get her on. Hello, Kathy. How are you?
I am great. How are you, Nikki?
I am well. I am well. So happy to finally have you here on the BALM Global podcast, where we bring stories like yours to our space to give hope to those that are still dreaming and start acting. So thank you again for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on?
I'm just, like you talked earlier, I'm getting ready to meet you in person again. I did meet you once already in New York City, and just to meet some of the people that I just know from Facebook. So it's always great to really meet and just hug, like you've known each other forever.
Yes, absolutely. And where are you tuning in from?
I am from a little town called Honeoye, New York. I've been in this area my whole life. I grew up in Naples, New York, which is 7 minutes down the road. So, yeah.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your story, who you are, and how you connected with Desiree in this journey.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, I've been on a journey since 2011, October 1st, of sobriety. It's been a whirlwind. It's been downfalls. It's been up and down, and we just kept going. I just kept going because every time I took a step and it was good, I knew God was right there, and he gave me the next step, and he gave me the next step. So here I am today, loving life. We worked hard. We've been divorced, started dating again, remarried, been baptized together. So it's like a whole new life. But and we got our dream home. We worked for 4 years and we got it. So how I met Desiree is so funny. I met Jesse first, her husband, just on Facebook, and I just reached out to him. I said, "Your posts are inspiring me." That's all I said. He says, "Hey, you want to come to a networking event?" And I'm like, "Okay." it wasn't far from me at all. So I went, not knowing nobody. This is starting me getting way out of my comfort zone. And he introduced me to Desiree. So I says to Desiree, I says, how'd your mom name you? She says, oh, by a song by Neil Diamond. I says, that's the way I named my daughter Desiree also. So there we just locked arms and just kept building the relationship. And then out of the blue, one day she called me. She says, I want you to be a co-author in my book. And I'm like, what? English was my worst subject. I don't know how to do this, but here's this nudge coming from behind me. It's that voice. He said, go for it. And I didn't hesitate. I just did it. So
Wow. Oh
yeah.
my goodness. So I know we have lots to say because I know it definitely doesn't end there, but I want to just pick up where it started. Where at some time in your life you knew that there was a shift that had to change. And one of our paradigms, well, your paradigm was the sobriety and how important it was to really shift that. Can you tell us just a bit about that, and what leadership mindset did you have to take on in order to start that journey?
Yeah. Well, it started, I put myself in the hospital due to my own doing. And I was laying there and walked past an older gentleman. I did not know him. He stopped. He had an AA big blue book in his hand, and he just looked at me. And I says, okay, God, I got the message. So for 3 days while I was hospitalized, I just prayed, and I just prayed to him. I want to stop this life. I want a new life. I want a new journey. So I took it on, and like I said, it was just all baby steps. You know, there were struggles. I had this little box. It was called my God box. And when I had a struggle, I wrote it down and I gave it to God. So that helped me a lot, because I did end up with a lot of negativity coming at me. She's not going to do it. There were bets put on me. It was horrible. So I just zoned it out, wrote it down, gave it to God, and just continued for myself. And it was a whole different journey. There'd be a trigger that want to come in and just go to the bar and drink. But then I had God over here like, no. So I always ended up in a car driving with very loud music was my let go. So
Wow. Go ahead.
Then I got introduced. I was always a factory retail person. And then God gave me another nudge. I had a friend ask me, can you help me take care of this elderly person? I'm like, well, yeah, what do I got to do, you know? And that was probably 13 years ago. And I have not stopped caring for the elderly. I have couples, singles. I just have this passion. And I'm going a little bit further, but my mom, and I've done hospice care, and my mom was in hospice. I was there. I was present, but I wasn't, because I was still drinking. So through this journey, I was always asking, why did you give me this? You know, I was never a person to take care of someone else. You know, I always had a problem take care of myself. Well, it has, not long ago, I had the awakening. Every day I get to go to work. I am an assistant director at Hospice Health. And I get to go to work in my mom's room. Is my office.
Wow.
So it's just, I get goosebumps, but it's just a whole full circle, and the strict leadership, not so much as my business that I also was building, but for myself, I had to develop myself
Yeah.
because I didn't know what was a good leadership, what was a good person even. So
Wow.
that's where I am now.
So there's a lot of things to pick up from all of that. And what I heard in between the lines, because sometimes when we have these interviews and when we share our story or when we're on stage, there's hidden messages, hidden gems. And I feel that you brought that right now. And the things that I was picking up as you were dropping them is that one, you're faced with a challenge in your life, whatever that is.
Mhm.
It could be a vice, it could be a habit, it could be something of something, but then acknowledging it and asking um God, right? Asking our higher power that, hey,
Mhm.
I am just tired of being tired. What does this look like for me? How can I get myself out of this and really stay in that? And I love your God box. I'm going to have to snatch that. I'm going to have to adopt that if that is okay with you, because there's some things that we just have to surrender
Yes.
that blocks us from growing. And what you
Mhm.
did was you kept every door open because you let it out. You said, hey, this is what I see. This is what I feel. This is not what I want. This, I want more. I want to be able to bless and to be that good person in your image. Like, I hear all that behind the scenes. Those were not your exact words,
Mhm.
but that's the journey that our listeners and people that have been through this space have went through, and we don't even acknowledge it sometimes. And just um a little nudge from the universe where someone comes into your life. God has a very great way of sending those people to bless you. And I just heard every single person, that man in the room, just the loss of your mom and going through that journey, being able to serve at your highest to those that are at end of life, and be able to embrace it. Another capability and ability that you didn't know you had within you, that
Mhm.
you found during your journey. And the words are powerful, and you have probably been the most simplest person to share your story, but that's everything I got out of that and more. So I just want to tell you, thank you for articulating that. And you feel like it's small, or it's just, another story, but it's so impactful, Kathy. Like, I'm literally in goosebumps as I'm
Mhm.
relating to picking up those clues. And I hope that our listeners are as well. Now, going back to your journey, you get all this, happening in your life, and then you're introduced to Jesse. I definitely met Jesse first as well at a speaker competition at a networking event. And then even after like 8 months, I didn't get to know Desiree until the beginning of 2023 when I officially launched my book and they were there.
Mhm.
And then that's when I got called about a month later about this opportunity. So when you're asked this opportunity and saying, hey, would you be part of the book? And you're like, oh my goodness, where did this come from? What were the emotions you were getting? And what was your instant topic that you wanted to share in this anthology?
The emotion was like, you want me? That was the first thing I said to her. Like, I I've had, ever since my journey, I've had this problem of feeling worthy. It's just a whole new life. So that's the first thing I said to her. And I always had money, and God watched it. It was in my special Bible with my special verse on the cover. And so she asked me, and I'm just like, wow. And I'm telling my husband, he's like, go for it. He's such a supporter now. It's just different. But go for it. I'm like, okay, but I'm telling our story. He says, it's what we're supposed to do to help people. I'm like, okay. So I told her yes, and I went to my God Bible, and I didn't even really hesitate,
Wow.
too awful much.
Yeah. Yes.
But he helped me through that whole process. He reread it for me, and he said, oh, this word, and We both had tears reading it because it's
Oh,
our journey, really, you know.
wow, how beautiful that you're given an opportunity that you didn't even know you were going to get an opportunity to tell, right? You tell your family and friends, this is how far I come as you meet people, but to put your story in a book for the world to read and really know who you are, what you went through, how you overcame. But the bonus is to have your husband be a part of that journey and
Mhm.
support you the way he does. And I've seen some posts that you put when he was packaging books and all that good stuff, and he was just sharing it. It was just so beautiful to watch. A lot of entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, don't usually get the support um, from their immediate family, their spouses, or anything like that. What would you suggest? What was the biggest reason you believe that he was embracing of this newfound opportunity for you?
He he is just so positive, you know. And even today, I look at him like, "Who are you?" You know, he's definitely not the man I married back in '91. Um, he's a new man since we remarried, but he just, no matter what, it's just like I got invited to go to Texas, and I'm like, "Honey, just do it, go, okay." And I've learned, you know, the first time I went to Utah, I'm not a traveler. First time I flew was 2018. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to go. I paid for my ticket. How the rest of the money was going to come, I had no clue. I had faith. It's the same way with coming to see you guys this weekend. You know, I got my ticket. The rest is like, okay, you know. And the funny thing about that faith is I just got asked, I just came back from there. I just got asked to help a elderly woman just down the road from me. The hospital just sent her home. I saw this woman and I was in tears. But that's where I went. And I'm going to help her for the next couple of days. There's my gas money to drive to New Jersey, you know, but it's also a blessing. It's a passion that I'm able to help her. But,
Yeah.
you know, it was twofold, you know, to help that family. But then, hey, now I ain't got to worry about my gas money, you know. So I just have faith, and he is right there with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad that you acknowledge that that's him, right? That's him in
Mhm.
that space making that happen, because when we have faith and we jump all in to our dreams, our hopes, our desires, our growth, and we invest in us, and we finally say, I'm going to give myself permission to get the abundance that's waiting for me out there as I serve the abundance to the masses, right?
Right.
And a lot of people kind of don't pick up those signs, those simple little, here you go, this is what you've been worried about, here it is, and really accepting it as that and receiving that with gratitude and saying, hey, you know what, I'm not only am I going to have this to get me there and back, but I'm also going to be able to serve and be with this woman for the next couple of days where I can inject more life into her, you know, for however long that is. It's just a beautiful thing what you do and how you do it. And I've heard your stories on that, your chapter. Tell us, tell the audience, what was the chapter of your title? I mean, the chapter of the book that you're in, and the title of your chapter.
Well, it's called, my title is You Can Overcome. And my favorite song is Overcomer by Mandiza. When that comes on, it got me through so much, and you just got to listen to it. I know it's going to play for me this Saturday morning. So it just fires me up because I was down and I did come up. So I love that. And my favorite verse is with my picture, it's Jeremiah 29:11. He has a plan for us.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. So, we are going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk about what you're working on. What does this weekend mean to you? What are you looking forward to? And all that good stuff after we hear from our sponsor.
All right.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world, globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line, and of course, grow your circle and your network like never before, this is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JASCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
Hello, hello. We are back here with Kathy Mincer. She's in a small town in New York, and she will be here with us in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Well, not here because I'm in Philly and people mistaken me for being from New Jersey. I'm initially from Chicago, but residing in Pennsylvania, and we'll be able to see each other in just a couple days. Oh my goodness. But when we first met, we met at the Jumbotron experience with the Perfect Publishing, and that is with the Ken Sharon, Dr. Smiley. And we were able to see our cover of our book on the Jumbotron. Tell me how that experience was for you.
Oh my gosh. For a little hometown girl, it was like way over the top. I was it was just amazing. It was amazing. My husband got us there, and we made these big signs. This is our funny story, the signs that we had made, and he trucked them for us, and we trucked them all the way on the plane. Come find out we couldn't use them anyway. But that experience was, it just was out of this world for me, you know. And then just meeting the girls. I mean, we'd done Zooms and everything there again. And when we met, it was like we'd known each other. You know, we would just hug. And first meeting you, we hugged, you know, at the restaurant. But the people, the congestion, it was kind of overwhelming for me, you know. But I loved that everybody, especially Desiree, always cared about where we were. Make sure you're with someone. Make sure where are you? You're always calling. And so, yeah, it was me and Karen. We locked arms together. So
What a beautiful experience. And you know what? I've been to New York, one to like JFK airport, another time to do an event for the network marketing company that I was with travel. But I never really got to like explore. So it was just go to where I needed to go, get back on the train or the car or the bus, and just come back home. I never had to really like walk the streets of New York and see the city. And, you know, coming from a little city, well, no, a big city of Chicago, but really I came to Philadelphia in my 20s, so I didn't really like explore anything, but to be just in that beautiful city with the amount of people that we were with, just those that were there to see their books on the Jumbotron, it was just surreal. Like, who thought I would be in the center of Times Square with, you know, these other authors, amazing women that are in different industries, different backgrounds, just new lifelong sisters that I would be able to share the rest of my journey with, right? Some of us were just getting started. Some of us were, you know, I think all of us were just getting started, like just getting into like this whole process that I just had to soak it all in. I just really did. And it was just awesome to meet all of the ladies, all of just as, again, just the lights, you
I
know,
yes.
the lights, the music, the sound, just the streets just so filled. I went on my first horse carriage with Marilyn and her husband because our feet were hurting. So we were trying to get back to parking, which was insane. But it was all memories that we created because we said
Yes.
one yes to ourselves, to be part of something that was bigger than us. Now, in that process, you see that Warrior Women 2 series come out. We're excited. We're like, oh, we have another group of sisters that we can really bond with and share this experience. And now we officially have our first Warrior Women BALM Global Conference, which is a compilation of our community ladies of leadership and warrior women coming together as Desiree and I realize that we are on the same mission. We are aligned in the sense of empowering women and making a movement and creating this table that we keep calling it, right? Creating the table that women can serve together, grow together, uplift each other as we tell our stories, as we build these businesses, as we create these stages and opportunities. And then you get the notification that that is happening. How do you feel about that?
It's just it's just another add-on to the journey I have been going on. And God's like, you're doing great. Here you go. Here you go. And he just doesn't seem to stop. I step back. I'd be like, are you sure? Get a little scared, but I've just decided I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. I'm doing some coaching, and I've learned to get bolder about what I do, because I know, and I need to get bolder to like help people open their minds to how to take care of themselves. And so that's a work in progress on my end to jump out there. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us about Believe and your essential oils and what you have created for yourself, your family, your clients, and share some of the reasons why you're doing what you do, what you found, and how it's been helping your community.
Well, I found it because when I stopped putting all that poison in my body, all this other issues that I was hiding just came to surface, and I'm like, oh. So I ended up on this prescription, that prescription, and it just wasn't aligned with me where I wanted to go, and I knew that. So a friend of mine, she seen me struggling, and like my shirt says, peppermint sold me. It was one drop. That's all it took. And I just breathed it in. And my issue was breathing, the main issue. And I was like, I don't know what you just gave me, but my lungs opened right up. So again, here comes my husband. He's like, I'm like, honey, just do it. Let's do it. So he was right beside me as we went through this journey. And we just took the first step. We knew nothing about it, but I knew what that one drop did for me. You don't know until you try it, So we just started taking baby steps, and that's what I teach people. It's not an overnight fix. The next biggest thing is I teach people about the chemicals in your homes. As soon as we took all of them out of our home, our breathing was like, it was just a whole new world. We don't struggle no more. We don't wear gloves. We don't have to open windows, using other cleaners. And I just did a video about it. I was bold because I was getting ready, setting up my setup. And I'm like, this is all I carry around the house. And talk about, people not having money. Where can you save? You can save. I just got a little bold on it. And as far as our families, they think we're crazy. None of them are involved with us, which is fine. But we no longer are on any prescriptions. We are followed with a doctor. I'm not saying I'm a doctor, I can fix you or anything like that, but my doctor knows everything I do, and we worked off of them, and I don't need them just because of the way we changed our lifestyle. So I just teach people, take the first step, take a baby step. You know.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about the product line and what are your frequent purchases, like your fan base, like this is what we get all the time. They're on reorder and things like that, and some of the benefits of the products that you have.
Well, we have starter bundles, you know, that people can start, take their baby step. And every day we use 3 main oils on the bottom of our feet for our immune system. And at first we're like on our feet. But those are 3: Thieves, Peppermint, and Valor. They're on our feet every morning. And we have an antioxidant drink that we drink every morning. There's all types. Young Living essential oils is so much more than oils. We get all our personal care, all our supplements, all my laundry needs. I don't go to the store very often. You know, so it's just, yeah, but it took us years to get there. You know, it's because nobody can dump everything in their home and just purchase all this. But what I do is I sit down one-on-one, either phone, Zoom, in person, and I listen. I listen to what their needs are, because everybody is different. Then I make a wish list and I send it over to them, which explains everything about the certain products that I suggest. And then we have a follow-up. And we talk through it, and they may only want to start with one thing. Great. Let's do the one thing, you know. But I get people on my team, a lot of customers. I do have a few brand partners, but I don't have a customer come on and buy and say, oh, thank you, and that's it. I follow up. I'm like, how's that working for you? Is it working for you? Because you can send it back and we'll try something else, you know, because like I said, it's different for everybody. So when I get a customer, they're a customer, and I'm grateful for them because they're building our life and I'm helping them build a better life.
That's awesome. I love when we can see it both ways and have that win-win situation. I love that you educate on it and that you are coaching and adding that to it, because it's not just about purchasing a supplement, a product, or a service. It's really, how can I make this work for me based on my circumstances? Because everyone has a different circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Some things may be the same, but there's always going to be different avenues that we have to look at, right? Whether it's our lifestyle, our living situation, our weight, and all those, you know, pinpoints, right?
Right.
But I love the part that you educate, and it's all about not just telling people what we have, but how it can help you. How can you get the lifestyle you're looking for? And I mean, I don't know it all in a sense, and I do have a wish list I have to go through. I'm telling you, after June 1st, and I take a week off, I will go back to everything that I have, and I will be back and ready to rock and roll with all of that. So tell us, where can they check you out? What is your email or your contact information, your website, that they can connect with you the best way?
I'm going to give the website, because if you're new to it, it opens right up to why, how, so that they can just look through it and see the journey of Young Living. And we're celebrating 30 years this year in a business that's huge, family owned. So my website is www.youngliving, Essenty, ESSENTY.com/Kathy Mincer.
I love it. I love it. Is that the name of the company? Ascensi?
No, that's just the name of my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. And I'm just interested. I'm always curious to know, like, how do you pick your like domain names or like business names? Like, what did it mean to you to place believe on there?
It was with my God box, I had a journal, and my journal said believe on it.
Mm,
So every time I journaled, it was believe, and then I opened and I'd write. So that's, and butterfly's my logo for my mom.
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And the reason why I say that is because when I first started my business and building a leadership mindset, I literally had I just wanted to, I've always said I wanted to like pick my brain and kind of give everyone a little piece of something if they needed like a piece of knowledge, because I never wanted to die with it, right? So I said, let me just use this brain as my logo. I put it on a nice pink background. I put BALM on it, and it was done, and I got started. I didn't look for perfection or anything like that. And then someone asked me, like, what colors, and then I kind of went to like a black, gray, and um white type of glow, because I knew I wanted to go global. I knew I needed to get this message out. So it was another just not so good. And I had to really like release that and say, well, what really do I want? I want it vibrant. That's when the purples and the pinks and that big globe, and what building a leadership mindset meant to me. And it's really to build women leaders globally. So I love that we can tell a story about how we're building what we're building and what you have been able to build for you and what continues to grow, right? And that is your belief that it will continue to change people's lives and their lifestyle. All they have to do is just check it out, right? And then try it and then make a decision. What do you want to tell? Because you came so much out of your comfort zone, so much out of your box, what do you want to tell our listeners about taking a chance on yourself? Like, do you have any words of inspiration, of motivation for them that are listening now?
Um, just listen to your inner voice. And when you hear something, even though it's not what you want, take that step. Yep, take that step.
Awesome. Awesome. So what are you looking for this weekend as you come to Cherry Hill? Are there particular people you're ready to meet that you haven't met in a while or at all? And what is your biggest takeaway that you want to take away from this event this weekend?
Well, I just want to meet some people because I believe I know a bunch of them are on my Facebook page, so we do communicate a little bit that way. Just to meet them, to share, to listen to their stories. I'm still, I keep getting nudged to speak. That is not. I keep getting nudged. So I'm still working on my speech a little bit. I just want to share what I do because I'm setting up as a vendor. I want every one of the ladies to make a perfume. I'm bringing perfume to make, and just to have fun with it. Just have fun.
That is awesome. That's awesome. Have you told Desiree that? I'm going to have to let her know that. Super awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy, for again gracing our platform with your story, with your journey. Continue to be that light for the elderly as they also need love and support as well. As a caregiver myself to both of my parents that I still am blessed to have. I take that very strongly, that I want to be their first, their last, their everything, right? So I definitely know how impactful that could be just to someone's life when you just say, I'm here.
Mhm.
And to be able to do that with your community, with those that you serve. Thank you so much. I can't wait to hug you
I
again,
know.
and to see what this weekend brings. I know we're going to be talking about it for a lifetime, for the rest of our lives. So we're definitely going to make sure that it is an event to not forget. And then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to top it next year.
You're right. Bring it to the country.
Yes, 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 yes. I would love that as well. Thank you so much for just being you, for being awesome, for being the warrior women that you are, and for continuing to lock arms with us as we continue this journey together.
Mhm.
And I just wish you nothing but blessings. And again, I can't wait to see you this weekend. Thank you all for listening to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. As I always say, have a great day and make it count. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.